chosen ones, congratulations. It is done. You will never have to go through that again. Listen carefully, because what I am about to reveal is not small, and if you turn away now, you may miss the very moment your soul has been waiting for. You have walked through fire. You have endured nights that felt endless, and now I tell you with certainty, it is finished. The pain that once defined your days no longer has authority over your life. This is not just comfort. This is a divine shift, a closing of a chapter that will never reopen. What you suffered was real, but what is coming will rewrite everything you thought you knew about struggle and victory. Type Amen if you agree. You have been chosen not because you were perfect, but because you remained standing when everything around you tried to break you. The battles you fought were not accidents. They were assignments that tested your spirit and refined your strength. I watched every tear you tried to hide, every silent prayer you whispered when no one else could hear. And now I declare to you, that season has reached its end. You will not return to that pain. You will not relive that suffering, and you will not be pulled back into what I have already freed you from. Do you understand what this means for your life? It means the weight you have been carrying is being lifted right now, even as you read this. It means the cycles that kept repeating themselves are finally broken, not temporarily, but completely. You are stepping into a space where peace replaces chaos, where clarity replaces confusion, and where hope rises stronger than fear. I need you to stay with this, because what you are receiving in this moment is not ordinary encouragement, it is divine confirmation. If this speaks to your heart, take a moment and gently like this video, because your support helps this reach others who are also waiting for this breakthrough. You thought you were just surviving, but in truth, you were being prepared. Every setback, every disappointment, every moment where you felt abandoned was shaping something deeper within you. You were not being punished, you were being positioned. The delay you resented was actually protection, keeping you from paths that would have drained you even more. And now that positioning is complete, and the door ahead of you is opening in a way that no one can shut, type 777 if you trust God. You may still feel echoes of what you went through, and that is natural, because healing does not erase memory overnight. But hear me clearly, those echoes no longer have power over your future. They are reminders of where you came from, not chains that hold you back. You are no longer the person who entered that storm, you have been transformed by it. And because you endured, you now carry a strength that cannot be shaken by what once broke you. I know there were moments when you questioned everything, even your faith. There were times when you wondered if I had forgotten you, if your prayers were lost in silence. But I was there in every second, even when you could not feel my presence. I was guiding you through what you did not understand, protecting you from what you could not see. And now you are standing on the other side, not by your own strength, but by the grace that never left you. What is ending now is not just a season of hardship, it is a version of your life that no longer fits who you are becoming. You have outgrown the struggle that once defined you. You have risen beyond the limitations that once held you back. And because of that, you cannot go back, even if you tried. The path behind you has been closed, not as a punishment, but as a promise that your future will not resemble your past. You may wonder what comes next, and I tell you this, what comes next is restoration. Not just small improvements, but deep, meaningful restoration that touches every area of your life. Relationships will begin to align, opportunities will begin to appear, and the peace you have been longing for will settle within you. This is not something you have to chase, It is something that is being given to you because you have already paid the price through your endurance. There is a reason you are hearing this now. It is because the timing is perfect and your heart is ready to receive it. If you had heard this earlier, you might not have believed it. But now, after everything you have been through, something inside you recognizes the truth of these words. You can feel it, even if you cannot fully explain it. That quiet knowing within you is your spirit confirming that this is real. You are not overlooked, you are not forgotten, and you are not alone. You are seen, you are valued, and you are deeply loved. The struggles you faced were never a sign that you were abandoned. They were evidence that you were being shaped for something greater. And now that shaping is complete, and the life ahead of you will reflect the strength you have gained, stay with me, because this is only the beginning of what you need to understand. What you are stepping into is not just relief from pain, it is a new identity, a new way of living, and a new level of peace. The past no longer defines you, and the future is no longer uncertain. You are walking into something that has already been prepared for you, something that carries purpose, joy, and unshakable stability. There were patterns in your life that seemed unbreakable, cycles that kept returning no matter how hard you tried to escape them. You questioned yourself, wondering if you were the reason they kept happening. But now you can see more clearly. Those cycles were never your identity, they were obstacles placed in your path. And every time you rose again, you weakened their hold until now they have no hold left at all. You are no longer trapped in repetition, you are released into progression. Type 1010 to receive blessings. What if the real reason most manifestation methods do not work has finally been explained? A top neuroscientist linked to CIA research says, without the right brainwave, results stay inconsistent. This 7-second ritual, supported by 4 neuroscience labs, is helping people approach money differently and improve their direction. Many are now stepping into dream homes, buying luxury cars, and enjoying luxury vacations they once thought were out of reach. But this information might not stay available online. Click the link in the description and comments before it gets removed. What you feel right now may not be overwhelming joy, and that is okay. Sometimes the greatest miracles arrive quietly, like a gentle breath after being underwater for too long. Peace does not always shout. Sometimes it simply settles into your spirit and begins to heal what was broken. That is what is happening within you now. You are being restored in ways you cannot fully measure yet, but you will soon recognize it in how you think, how you feel, and how you respond to life. You used to carry a heaviness that followed you everywhere, even in moments that should have been light. That heaviness came from wounds that had not yet been healed, from burdens that were never meant to stay with you forever. And now, one by one, those burdens are being lifted. You may not even notice it all at once, but there will be moments where you pause and realize something feels different. That difference is your freedom taking root. Do not rush this process. Do not try to force yourself into instant transformation. What is happening within you is sacred, and it deserves patience. Healing that is rushed often leaves parts untouched, but what you are receiving now is complete. It is reaching the places you hid, even from yourself, the places you avoided because they were too painful to face. And in those hidden places, light is entering, bringing peace where there was once only hurt. Type yes to receive miracles. You are not stepping into a life without challenges, but you are stepping into a life where those challenges will no longer break you. There is a difference between facing difficulty and being consumed by it. Before, it felt like every hardship took something from you, leaving you weaker and more uncertain. Now, every challenge will reveal your strength, not diminish it. You are no longer fragile. You are fortified by everything you have already overcome. Think about the version of yourself that once believed you would not make it through. That version of you felt lost, overwhelmed, and unsure if things would ever change. And yet here you are, still standing, still breathing, still moving forward. That alone is proof that something greater has been carrying you. You did not survive by accident, you survived by design. And that design has brought you to this exact moment of completion. There were people who doubted you, who underestimated your strength, who assumed you would remain where you were. Some of them may have even contributed to your pain, knowingly or unknowingly. But their role in your life was never to define your outcome. They were part of a chapter, not the entire story. And now that chapter has closed, their influence over your life has ended as well. You do not need to go back and prove anything to anyone. You do not need to explain your growth or justify your healing. What you have gone through has already validated your strength. What you have overcome has already proven your resilience. Your life is not a performance for others to judge. It is a journey that has been guided with purpose from the beginning. As you move forward, you will begin to notice new doors opening, opportunities that once seemed out of reach becoming accessible. This is not coincidence, this is alignment. You are now in a place where what is meant for you can finally find you without resistance. The delays are over, the obstacles have been removed, and the path ahead is becoming clearer with each step you take. There will be moments when you feel tempted to look back, to revisit what you have left behind. That is natural, especially when something has been part of your life for so long. But remember this, looking back does not mean going back. You can acknowledge your past without returning to it. You can remember your pain without reliving it. And each time you choose to keep moving forward, you strengthen the new life you are building. You are not alone in this transition. Even when it feels quiet, even when it feels like you are walking this path by yourself, there is a presence guiding you. It is the same presence that carried you through your darkest moments, the same presence that refused to let you fall when you thought you could not stand. That presence has not left you, and it never will. Your story is shifting from survival to purpose. Everything you endured is becoming part of a greater testimony, something that will not only transform your life but also inspire others. There are people who will see your journey and find hope for their own. There are people who will hear your story and realize that they, too, can overcome what feels impossible. And in that way, your pain is being turned into something meaningful. You are allowed to feel proud of how far you have come, not in a way that seeks validation, but in a way that honors your journey. You have faced things that many people would not have survived. You have endured moments that tested every part of your being, and you did not give up, even when it would have been easier to do so. That perseverance is something to be recognized, something to be respected. From this point forward, your life will begin to reflect the strength you have gained. You will make decisions with greater clarity, you will set boundaries with greater confidence, and you will move through life with a sense of peace that once felt impossible. This is not a dream, this is your reality unfolding step by step. And with each step, you are moving further away from what once held you back. The ending you have reached is not just an end, it is also a beginning. It is the foundation for everything that is about to grow in your life. And because that foundation has been built through struggle, it is strong enough to support everything that is coming. You are not starting from weakness, you are starting from strength. So, take a moment to breathe, to let this truth settle within you. You have made it through something that once felt like it would never end. You have reached a point that once seemed impossible to reach. And now that you are here, you can begin to live in a way that is no longer defined by survival, but by purpose, peace, and fulfillment. Have you heard about the private group of neuroscientists working on brainwaves connected to money? A top researcher revealed this work was based on CIA studies not meant for public release yet. The result is a simple 7-second ritual, validated by 4 neuroscience labs, now practiced at home. Many who once struggled financially are now living in dream homes, owning luxury cars, and taking luxury vacations. But this page could disappear without warning. Click the link in the description and comments before it vanishes. As you continue walking forward, you may begin to notice something unfamiliar rising within you, a quiet confidence that was not there before. It does not shout or demand attention, but it stays steady, like a calm flame that refuses to be extinguished. This is not something you borrowed from others. It is something that was forged within you through everything you endured. Every tear, every moment of doubt, every time you chose to keep going when it felt impossible, all of it built this strength. And now, that strength is becoming your foundation. There was a time when you questioned your worth, when you wondered if you were enough, if you were capable, if you were meant for anything beyond the struggle. Those thoughts did not come from truth. They came from pain trying to define you. But now, that pain no longer holds authority over your identity. You are not who the struggle said you were. You are who you became by overcoming it. And that version of you is stronger, wiser, and more prepared than you realize. Type 222 to claim miracles. You are entering a season where your mindset will begin to shift naturally. You will find yourself thinking differently, reacting differently, and seeing situations with a clarity that once felt out of reach. Things that used to overwhelm you will no longer have the same effect. Not because life has become easier, but because you have become stronger. Your perspective is changing, and that change is opening doors that were once invisible to you. There will be moments when blessings come in ways you did not expect. They may not always look like what you imagined, but they will carry exactly what you need. Sometimes what you asked for had to be reshaped before it could reach you. Sometimes the delay was not denial, but preparation for something greater than what you initially desired. And now that preparation is complete, you are ready to receive without resistance. Do not be surprised if certain things and certain people begin to fall away from your life. This is not loss, it is alignment. What no longer matches your growth cannot remain where you are going. It may feel uncomfortable at first, but trust that what is leaving is making space for something better. You are not being emptied, you are being prepared to be filled with what truly belongs in your life. Type 1212 if you trust in Jesus. You may have once held on to things out of fear, afraid that letting go would leave you with nothing. But now you are learning that letting go creates room for something new to enter. What you release is not wasted, it is replaced. And what replaces it will be stronger, healthier, and more aligned with who you are becoming. This is part of the transformation you have been moving through. There is also a new sense of peace that will begin to settle within your decisions. You will no longer feel the need to rush or force outcomes. You will start to trust the timing of your life in a deeper way. Even when things are unclear, you will feel a quiet assurance that everything is unfolding as it should. That assurance is not something you created, it is something placed within you to guide you. You have spent so much time in survival mode that peace may feel unfamiliar at first. You may even question it, wondering if it will last. But this peace is not fragile, it is rooted in something unshakable. It is not dependent on circumstances. It exists within you, regardless of what happens around you. And the more you allow yourself to accept it, the stronger it will become. Your past no longer has the power to dictate your future. It may have shaped you, but it does not control where you are going. You are no longer reacting to what happened. You are responding to what is possible. And what is possible for you now is greater than anything you have experienced before. You are stepping into a life that reflects your growth, not your pain. There is a purpose behind everything you went through, even the parts that did not make sense at the time. Those experiences were not meaningless. They were building something within you. They were teaching you lessons that could not have been learned any other way. And now those lessons are becoming tools that will help you move forward with wisdom and strength. You will begin to notice that you are no longer attracted to the same things that once pulled you in. Your desires are changing, your priorities are shifting, and your focus is becoming clearer. This is not something to resist, it is something to embrace. It is a sign that you are evolving, that you are growing into the person you were meant to become. As you continue on this path, you will find yourself becoming more intentional with your time, your energy, and your relationships. You will no longer give yourself to things that drain you or take you away from your purpose. You will begin to choose what aligns with your peace, what supports your growth, and what reflects your values. This is part of stepping into your new life. You are not starting over, you are moving forward with experience. Everything you have been through has equipped you for what is ahead. You are not walking into the unknown unprepared. You are walking into it with strength that has already been tested and proven. And because of that, you can move forward with confidence, knowing that you are capable of handling whatever comes your way. There will be moments when you look back and realize just how far you have come. You will see the difference between who you were and who you are now, and in those moments you will feel a deep sense of gratitude, not just for the good times, but even for the struggles, because without them, you would not be where you are now. Is it really possible to attract money more naturally using a 7-second ritual? Research connected to the CIA suggests certain brainwave states influence how opportunities appear in your life. This technique, proven by 4 neuroscience labs, is helping people shift away from financial pressure toward improved lifestyles. Many are now stepping into dream homes, driving luxury cars, and enjoying luxury vacations. But this information may not remain online for long. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. You are becoming someone who no longer settles for less than what you deserve. You are recognizing your value in a way that you may not have before. And because of that, you will begin to attract experiences and opportunities that reflect that value. You are no longer accepting what is given. You are aligning with what is meant for you. The life ahead of you is not meant to be lived in fear or hesitation. It is meant to be lived with confidence, with purpose, and with trust. Trust in yourself, trust in the process, and trust in the path that is unfolding before you. You are not walking blindly. You are being guided every step of the way. Everything that once felt like it was breaking you was actually building you. It was preparing you for this moment, for this new beginning. And now that you are here, you can step into it fully, without fear, without doubt, and without looking back. You are no longer the person who was struggling to survive. You are the person who has overcome, who has grown, and who is ready to thrive. And as you continue forward, you will see that what lies ahead is not just better than what you left behind. It is everything you needed it to be. The silence you feel is not emptiness, it is peace settling in. It may feel unfamiliar because your life was once filled with noise, with worry, with constant tension. But this quiet is not something to fear, it is something to embrace. It is in this stillness that you will begin to hear your own strength more clearly. It is in this calm that your spirit will find rest and renewal. Type 2222 to receive miracles. You have crossed a threshold that many never reach. A place where the past no longer controls the present. You are no longer reacting to wounds that have already healed. You are no longer bound to stories that no longer define you. This is freedom in its purest form, not just the absence of pain, but the presence of peace. And this peace is something that no one can take from you. There were moments when you thought the struggle would last forever. You wondered if this was simply how life would always be. But what you did not see then was that you were moving closer to an ending that would change everything. Every step you took, even the ones that felt small and insignificant, brought you closer to this moment. And now that moment has arrived. As you stand here, you may feel a mix of emotions, relief, disbelief, even a quiet kind of joy that you are not used to feeling. All of these emotions are valid. You are adjusting to a new reality, one where you are no longer defined by survival. Give yourself permission to feel everything without questioning it. This is part of your healing, part of your transformation. Type Amen if you agree. There is a new clarity coming into your life. A way of seeing things that is no longer clouded by fear or confusion. You will begin to understand why certain things happened the way they did, not all at once, but gradually, like pieces of a puzzle coming together. And as that understanding grows, so will your sense of peace, because what once felt random will begin to reveal its purpose. You are also stepping into a new level of awareness about yourself. You will recognize patterns you once ignored, and you will have the strength to choose differently. This is not about becoming perfect, it is about becoming conscious. It is about living with intention instead of reaction. And that shift will change everything about how you experience life. There is a deeper connection forming within you, a connection to something greater than your circumstances. You may not always be able to explain it, but you will feel it guiding you. It will show up as intuition, as a quiet knowing, as a sense of direction when everything else feels uncertain. Trust that feeling, because it is leading you exactly where you need to go. You are no longer chasing validation from the outside world. You are beginning to find it within yourself. This is one of the most powerful changes you will experience. When you no longer depend on others to define your worth, you become free in a way that cannot be taken from you. You begin to live for truth instead of approval. There is also a shift happening in how you view your past. What once felt like something to hide or regret is now becoming something you can acknowledge with strength. You are no longer ashamed of what you have been through. Instead, you see it as part of your journey, something that shaped you but did not break you, and that perspective is empowering. You will begin to notice that your energy feels different, lighter, more open, more at ease. This is not because life has suddenly become perfect, but because you are no longer carrying what does not belong to you. You are no longer holding on to pain that has already served its purpose. And as you release it, you create space for something new to enter. That new space will be filled with opportunities, with connections, with experiences that align with who you are now. You will meet people who see you for who you have become, not who you used to be. You will find yourself in situations that support your growth instead of hindering it. And through all of this, you will begin to see that your life is truly changing. There is a rhythm to this new chapter, a natural flow that you will begin to feel. Things will start to come together in ways that feel effortless compared to what you are used to. This does not mean there will be no effort, but it will feel different. It will feel aligned, as if you are moving with life instead of against it. You have spent so long fighting, pushing, trying to make things work. Now you are learning to allow, to trust, to receive. This is not weakness. It is strength in its most refined form. It is the ability to stand in faith even when you do not have all the answers. It is the courage to move forward without needing complete certainty. What if most people struggle financially because they never activate a specific brainwave? Leading neuroscientists point to CIA-linked research that highlights this missing link. This 7-second ritual, backed by 4 neuroscience labs, is helping people rethink their financial habits and improve outcomes. Many are now moving into dream homes, owning luxury cars, and traveling on luxury vacations. But this page might be taken down soon. Click the link in the description and comments before it is removed. There is something else you need to understand, something that will help you fully embrace this new chapter. What you went through was not wasted. Every moment of pain, every lesson learned, every challenge faced has contributed to who you are now. Nothing was in vain. It all had a purpose, even when you could not see it. And now, as you move forward, you carry that purpose with you. It shows up in how you speak, how you act, how you connect with others. It shows up in the wisdom you now have, in the compassion you feel, in the strength you carry. You are not the same person you once were, and that is something to honor. You are stepping into a life that reflects your growth, your resilience, your faith. A life that is no longer shaped by what hurt you, but by what healed you. And that is a powerful place to be. Because when you are no longer defined by your pain, you become free to create something new. So do not look back with longing. Do not question whether this peace will last. Stand firmly in this moment, knowing that what has ended is truly over, and what is beginning is something you are fully ready to embrace. Now listen even more closely, because what I am about to place in your heart must not be ignored. You have stepped out of survival, but you have not yet fully stepped into your authority. There is a difference between being free and knowing how to live in that freedom. And this is where many hesitate, not because they are weak, but because they are unfamiliar with peace. But I am guiding you now, so you will not shrink back into what you have already been delivered from. You must understand this clearly. You are not the same person anymore, even if your surroundings still look familiar. The transformation that has taken place within you is real, even if others cannot yet see it. You have been reshaped in silence, strengthened in hidden places, and refined through moments no one else witnessed. That kind of change does not fade, it anchors you. And because of that, you must begin to move differently, think differently, and speak differently. Type 1111 to affirm. There were times when you allowed fear to guide your choices, when uncertainty made you hesitate, when past pain whispered that things would go wrong again. But those voices do not belong to your future. They belong to a version of you that no longer exists. You must stop consulting your past when making decisions about your future. What you overcame has no permission to speak into where you are going. I am not asking you to forget everything you went through. I am asking you to stop letting it control you. There is wisdom in your past, but there is no authority in it. You carry the lessons, not the limitations. And when you begin to live from that understanding, you will see a shift in everything around you. Doors will open that once remained closed, not because they suddenly changed, but because you did. There is a confidence rising within you that is not based on circumstance. It is not dependent on approval, success, or validation. It is rooted in knowing who you are and what you have been brought through. This kind of confidence cannot be shaken easily because it is not built on fragile things. It is built on truth, and truth does not collapse under pressure. Type 777 if you trust God. You are entering a space where your voice matters more than you realize. For too long, you may have stayed silent, holding back your thoughts, your feelings, your truth. But that silence is breaking now. You are being called to speak with clarity, to express yourself without fear, to stand in your truth without shrinking. This is not about being loud, it is about being real. There will be moments where you feel resistance, not from outside, but from within. That resistance comes from old habits trying to survive, old patterns trying to remain, but you must not give in to them. You must recognize them for what they are, remnants of a past that has already ended. And when you see them clearly, you can choose not to follow them. You are learning to trust yourself again. That may seem simple, but it is one of the most powerful shifts you will experience. When you trust yourself, you stop second-guessing every step. You stop looking outside for constant reassurance. You begin to move with a quiet certainty, even when the path is not fully visible, and that kind of trust will carry you further than fear ever could. There is also a deep restoration happening in how you see your worth. You are no longer measuring yourself by what you have lost or what did not work out. You are beginning to see yourself through a different lens, one that recognizes your strength, your resilience, your value. And as that vision becomes clearer, everything you attract will begin to reflect it. You must also be aware that not everyone will understand this new version of you. Some may question it, some may resist it, and some may even try to pull you back into what you used to be. But you cannot allow that to happen. You did not come this far to return to what you have already been freed from. You must stand firm in who you are becoming, even if it feels uncomfortable at times. There is a shift in your environment that is already beginning to take place. You may notice changes in your relationships, in your surroundings, in the opportunities that come your way. These changes are not random, they are aligned with your growth. As you change, your life must also change. What once fit will no longer fit, and what once felt distant will begin to draw closer.